There's a protracted stagnation. The stronger capitalists absorb the weaker ones. The suffering of the workers intensifies. Again, as Enkel states, the mass of the workers are in want of the means of subsistence because they have produced too much of the means of subsistence. The capitalists that survive these cyclical crises emerge as victors at the start of the next cycle. They emerge bigger and stronger in relation to other capitalists and monstrous beasts that further exploit labor power. The anarchy in production in capitalist society leads also to monopoly. Today, the capitalist class, through just a few hundred corporations and other institutions, control the commerce of the entire world. In search of markets and resources, the capitalists have shown that they will do anything. As a famous quote of a Mr. Dunning by Marx goes, a certain 10% will ensure the employment of capital anywhere. 20% certain will produce eagerness. 50% positive audacity. 100% will make it ready to trample all human laws. 300%, and there is no crime at which it will scruple, not a risk it will not run, even to the chance of its owner being hanged. These days, though, hanging of any other punishment is less of a possibility for the capitalists. After all, it is their system, and as so, it is designed to serve them. The rapid advance of the productive capacity of the world, excuse me, with the means of production primarily in the employ of the capitalist class, has concentrated such absurd wealth to the capitalists as to be beyond obscene. Capitalism was a dialectic inevitability in the evolution of human society. Previous social systems developed slowly. Capitalism has developed the means of production very rapidly and in a relatively short time has outlived any usefulness it had. It has ripened and has been rotting for quite a while. Capitalism cannot absorb the masses of unemployed workers. The cyclical crisis actually moves in an inward spiral which has gotten very narrow. It has reached a point where we now have a new situation. We are living in the era of the jobless recovery. Now, our comrade Fred Goldstein has a book in which he goes into much detail. It's Capitalism, Colossus. Low-wage capitalism, Colossus, and if you look clear. It's not in my talk, so that's why I didn't get it right. Sorry. The fundamental contradictions of capitalism lead to other serious contradictions. These contradictions of capitalism are inherent in it. Capitalist competition inevitably leads to crisis. These contradictions cannot be done away with within the bounds of the capitalist system. They occur independently. They occur outside of the will of the capitalist that had unknowingly brought them on. The laws of capitalist production are outside of the control of the capitalists themselves. Capitalism is not a rational system. That's I get a little repetitive there. Capitalism serves no necessary function in present society. They are, however, responsible for just about all the problems of society. I can't talk about all of them. I just want to touch on a couple. The atrocities committed against the planet in their reckless pursuit of riches are mind-boggling. The pursuit of oil and natural gas without study or precaution against potential risks are among the most harmful. The very air that we breathe and the water that we drink, two of the essentials that support life, have been poisoned by the capitalists. Now, isn't that an amazing contradiction? Capitalist competition causes them to be reckless to the point that they cause a reduction in the quality of the water that we drink and the air that we breathe. I presume that they drink the same water and breathe the same air. War is not one of the inventions of capitalism. But under capitalism, the instruments of war have been revolutionized to such a degree that could not have been imaginable before production became socialized. War and the instruments of war have advanced to the degree that a single device today can kill more people than were killed in entire wars of earlier periods. The capitalist governments are not shy to employ their weapons, as we can see from the current period and the previous talk tonight. They are on a permanent war footing. My favorite contradiction of this rotten system is this. I'm sure that it is yours too. By constantly revolutionizing the means of production, communication, and commerce, they have created a massive world proletariat. This class, our class, will be their undoing. They have created their own gravediggers. The historical task of the proletariat is the abolishing of capitalism and the construction of socialism. No country as yet has achieved the goal of socialism, but those that have attempted and those that are aspiring to the socialist construction of society have more than proven that a planned economy is what the people of the world need. A major lesson that we learned by the attempt at state power at the Paris Commune is that the capitalist state must be uprooted. There has to be revolutionary change, and there has never been a revolution without a revolutionary party. Welcome to Workers' World.